Hey guys, Andrew coming at you, and I want to talk about the state of music in 2017. I'm going to start with, and it's going to be like pertaining to can you make it in music? What are the music songs like, the hits? What's the industry like nowadays? First, the bad news. Although I like a lot of newer music today, and I think there's a lot out there, if you really look at the type of music out there, it's very heavily produced, which I enjoy. Don't get me wrong, but I think people are very spoiled now as far as like what we listen to. Everything's got to be perfectly produced with computers and everything else. So there's not a lot of raw sounding things anymore. The next thing is if you really look at who's writing the music, there's still a handful of producers and writers spending the time writing this music. It's pushed out there a lot, and I remember growing up like having MTV, Total Request Live, and things like that. Now that it's gotten better, like since Napster came out and really turned the music industry on its upside down, and it's not this big money making thing anymore. It's still kind of big with a lot of artists still being kind of controlled, and still kind of control what's on the radio, Spotify, everything else. But we're starting to see a shift. One of the biggest things I'm seeing is just how powerful YouTube is, how powerful YouTube is at getting music out there for other people, other artists, and so that's kind of the state of the industry now. The next thing is when musicians were new or starting out, a lot of the times to really make it, you would go play gigs or you move to Los Angeles or New York City. I'm thinking more and more that if you look on YouTube, there's tons of great people out there, but there has to be more fantastic artists out there. There has to be more people that are willing to create awesome art. And I'm not talking about being a rock star. I'm talking about they can compose one just amazing song that they can share with the rest of the world. It can't just be a handful of people that are just the best musicians in the world constantly at any given time. My experience is a lot of who you know and what you do, and it's a lot of paying your dues. You've always heard go out, play gigs, play shows, and you'll make it. You'll find people that want to work with you. But because Napster happened, there's nowhere near as much money you can make in the music industry. If you're just one guy like myself, it's very difficult to do. But I think the best thing to do is you need to figure out what your craft is and what you can get better at. And obviously, I'm just one guy, so what do I know? But just kind of, this is what I've learned so far. Social media is huge. Now, unless you have this huge social media apparatus out there that you can get everything on, it's going to be difficult. But what I have done is this. I put links to everything that I have below, but of course it's like there's Instagram, there's YouTube, Facebook, you name everything. But I really think that YouTube people or YouTube subscribers are probably the most loyal of all social media. People that are on YouTube are going to watch your content. They engage in your content in a way that no one else engages in. And at least in my experience, for me, I'm not fed up like in a bad way. I'm a very positive person and I'm going to work hard, but this is just how I feel about the music industry. Even if I would write the greatest song in the world, pop it on Spotify, and send it out there, it's probably going to be really difficult to break through without social media because you need enough people to listen to your song. So because Napster happened and that was great, that was awesome. I'm happy that Napster has happened. I think it's now, it's not good that Napster necessarily took money, but I'm saying I think it made it easier for music to get out there for everybody. I'm not saying don't pay for music. I think we have Spotify now, and that's an easy way, or iTunes Music. I definitely suggest paying for music, but it's a lot more cheaper, and music is a lot more in demand. And with YouTube, you can find any song. You can find any song for free to listen to as long as you're willing to listen to an advertisement. But without a social media presence, no one's going to listen to it. And that's what I figured out. I would get music, I'd pop it out there. People like it, enough people like it, but it doesn't go any further. And the only way it's going to go further is if I spend a lot of money to try to advertise it out there. If I spend a lot of money on Facebook, if I spend a lot of money anywhere. And I don't know about you, but usually artists tend to not have a lot of money. Artists tend to not be motivated when it comes to marketing. That's the biggest downfall. Like, a lot of people that are really good at music are bad at all these other things. So for the longest time, I really had to learn what it takes to do everything, because I have played in bands before, and that's been great. But if you're not playing in a band, it's hugely difficult to even do on your own. So I've been working at YouTube because I realized if I have 100, I have 125 subscribers currently. But if I have 1,000, even 100, if I have 10,000, 20,000, that's a lot of people willing to at least check out your music. Now, I'll have to give you other stuff to listen to, but they're going to be willing to check out something you did. That also means you have to play covers. The thing is, me personally, in my personal life, I'm kind of sick of playing lots of gigs, playing lots of cover songs for money. It's nice to make the extra money. I've done it, it's nice to do, It's nice to get a chance to go out and play gigs. I enjoy it. It's fun. I like singing for other people, but it's not my passion. I'm not passionate about it. It doesn't get me excited. It doesn't get me a chance to expose people. And there's some atmospheres where you play where it's kind of loud, and it's like, a perfect atmosphere would be 3 minutes of just total kind of quiet, and I could just play a song. That's what's so awesome about YouTube. Is so basically I realized, all the gigs and all the things that I've done playing music, I've gained a lot of experience with that. Now I need to get the microphone, get the camera angles right, and now all of a sudden you can broadcast out to the world. Again, with YouTube, there's tons of people you have to compete with. There's tons of great people, but I don't see myself as being better than anyone else or worse than anyone else. I don't see myself. I want to make it very clear. I'm not a cocky person, and that's not what this YouTube video is about. It's just about simply realizing, wow, the reason I'm here, and if you're a subscriber of mine, I'm trying to break through the whole system, take away the media, take away the just the advertisement industry very well. So let's break through on that. With YouTube, suddenly you have this power that you never had before to really make a difference, to really do something different, to really give people something different to listen to. So that's my plan with YouTube. That's what I'm doing, and that gets me motivated every day to do this because I enjoy music. And this isn't about, I don't care about being a multi-millionaire. I don't want to be a rock star. I just like to write music. I like to perform. I like to sing. And if I can write something and 10 people really enjoy it, that's awesome. If 1,000 people enjoy it, that's awesome as well. I think most artists just want to get their music out there. They're not so concerned with money. It's just a lot of times I think if you are an artist, if you're good at writing music, you have to find your craft. Like I might find out at the end of this, I'm just terrible. I might find out that I'm not a good musician and everything I've been working on, the songs that I write aren't good enough. But I might keep trying, and there might be one song out of the 100 songs I might write that you might enjoy, that you might like. And that's okay. So I'm not here to complain and make excuses of why I haven't broke through right away. I would definitely say, though, if you're a new artist, get your social media game up and maybe start investing in YouTube. Because the last thing I'll say is, like, I've tried to get on radio stations. Either if you're trying to get on radio stations to get radio play, that's difficult. And you might try to get on a radio station to get out there. And the funny thing, honestly, is if you work at YouTube long enough and you really develop your craft, you might have more people listening than on the radio. Because let's be honest, not a lot of people really listen to the radio anymore. So suddenly you can break through on that thing as well. Just through having a camera, a microphone, and a computer, you can do that. That's simply, to me, very amazing. So if you're a new artist starting out, there's hope. You can make it. For me out there, I don't have any plan to be this huge celebrity. That's not what this is about. I just want people to be willing to check out stuff that I write, that I'm passionate in. And if 3 people listen to it and that's it, that's all right. But I think the more I produce, the more I write, the better I can get. And yes, I do want to keep recording, and I want to put stuff out on Spotify again, but it makes more sense for me to do that and put the money in that it takes to record if I can find, if I know that enough people are going to take a listen to it on Spotify as well. You can check out my link. It's done well. I mean, my Spotify streams have done well. I mean, I got over, I think, 45,000 streams. That's really good for a new musician, I agree. But, if I had more followers, more subscribers, sorry, it would make more sense for me to do that right now. So this isn't about me in any negative way. This is what I got motivated about. I'm tired of playing gigs and trying to break through that way. I'm tired of having to wait for people to call me or work hard in that sense. It's not that I don't want to work hard. I think if you follow my YouTube channel, you see that's not the case. It's just I don't want to work that way anymore. I don't think it works nearly as much as it used to. And I definitely, the last thing I would say is this, is if you're a subscriber of mine, thank you very much. I am not somebody you will ever find that is going to, I'm never going to, spam comments. I don't do that. I don't spam comments on people for YouTube subscribers. I'm not messaging people asking them to watch my video. I'm simply putting my stuff out there and making it worth my time. Don't do that. I don't think that's a good way to go about it. Alright guys, if you watch this to the end, wow, give me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. As always, you can subscribe to my channel. And I was talking about my music, so if you want to look at the links I have below here, you can check my music. And that's all I got. Take care. And for the last thing, I am not Ray William Johnson. I've heard that before, that I kind of look like him. Okay guys, thanks for paying attention to this one. Take care.